Hello everyone, welcome to next section of our video. In this section, I'll tell you how you can start creating your first Java class. So I'll tell you end to end how you can write your Java code and how you can create a Java class. So for writing a Java class, so these are basically the topics which I'll be covering in this video. How you can set up Android Studio for writing a Java code, understanding the basic terminologies in Java code, how you can use tooltip for writing the code using IntelliJ, and print some simple statements in Java. So these are the topics which we'll do in this. So for that, first we need to set the Android Studio, because I am going to tell you everything in the Android Studio. So we'll be writing the code in Java code in Android Studio as well. So Android Studio, as we all know, is particularly designed to develop Android application which are intended to run on Android device and not on computers. So it is basically built on top of IDE called IntelliJ IDE, and with a small bit of tweaking I'll show you how you can create and run Java code in Android Studio. So let's begin, and for that I'll just open the Android Studio and show you step by step how you can write your Java code. So I'll just open the Android Studio. So this is your Android Studio. This is basically your Android Studio. Here you can see start a new Android project. So I'll just click on this. As the same way we have done for setting up our Android project, we'll do it in Java as well. So application name, maybe application name, I'll keep it as my Java application. And maybe the company domain, it doesn't matter me a lot, so maybe I'll keep it as the same java.example.learn, and I'll keep this in this workspace. I have created a workspace for that. It's in D drive, Java workspace, my Java application. So by default it will take that application name. So you can give any workspace, you can just click on this and you can just provide a workspace name. I'll click on next. So this all things doesn't concern me a lot, because we are anyways going to create a Java class and we're not going to create an Android app. So I'm not concerned about this all different settings. So I'll just click on next. And here I'll have to click. So this you have to keep in mind. If you remember, for Android app development, we have selected an empty activity. So for a Java code development, you have to remember, you have to select add no activity. We don't need any activity for writing a Java code. So I'll select an add no activity. I'll just click on finish. It will take some time and it will just load up. So as you can see, it has just loaded up the code, and now what I'll do, I'll just go to file the same way, and I'll open the project pane. In the project pane you can see I have got 3 folders. I'll go to the Java folder, and as you can see there are 3 different packages created. I'm not going to use this Android test and test1 because these are for testing. I'll just go on this one, learn.example.java.my Java application. I'll right click on this, I'll go to new, and I'll create a Java class. So here I have to give a name of the Java class. So I'm going to create a Java class as fruits, maybe. So this will be a Java class, and I'll click on OK. So this you can see, this is how your Java class is created. So this is the basic structure of a Java class. So this one, and anything you want to write, you have to write it over here. So this is everything we want to do, perform in Java is done through classes. So we can say that a class, so you can see here a class is basically a building block in Java. and we have to use this public is nothing but an access modifier basically, which is used in Java, which signifies the visibility of class, which we will discuss anyways in the other sections, because there are different access modifier like a public. So based on that, the class will be accessed within the other classes. There are private which will not be able to access. So this anyways I'll cover the class concepts in other videos. So everything we can have to write the code inside the fruits class. So I'll just start writing my code and I'll tell you step by step how it's done. So let's begin writing our code. So for that, so I'll tell you some shortcuts which you can use in Android Studio, and it's a very good feature which is provided by Studio. So put PSVN. So this PSVM is, if you just click on this, it's nothing but it's public static void main, and it's the shortcut which is provided by the Studio. So you can say it's just a tooltip which is provided. So now I'll discuss what this public stuff. First I'll tell you what this public static void main all this means. So for that we have to understand, as I have told you, that public is nothing but a access modifier, how you can access your class. So in this you can see, so for writing any Java code, you need to write a simple method which will perform some functions, because Java will not understand anything without writing a method. So what it wants to perform, we have to write a method for that. So in this Java class, as I have told you, we will just print simple statements. So we will create a main method. So this is nothing, this main is a method which we have created, and PSVM is a declaration of the, this is public static void main, is nothing but it's a declaration of the main method, and it is required to run the Java code. So Studio, basically using these shortcuts, Studio saves a lot of time. Next thing we will write, I'll just go, so I'll just have to print. So before printing anything, I'll just so for printing as well, what you have to do, you have to just write again I'll use some shortcuts out, maybe what does, so this is system.out.println. So first I'll explain you what this system.out.println means, and then I'll just start printing my statements. So let's first understand what does this mean. So system is nothing but it's a class again. So you'll say the system is a class inside a fruit class. So system is a class which the fruit class is using to print the output. So basically the system class itself belongs to a package. So if you want to see it, which package it belongs to, you have to just put your mouse over here, hover over here, and if you're using a Windows machine, just press a control and a space. I'll just put the mouse and control and a space, and you can see it belongs to java.lang package. And if you're using a Mac machine, you can do a control command, and you can just see the complete description about this, what the system class basically does. So this is a system class, and as you can see, it cannot be instantiated. So we don't need to instantiate a system class. So that's what we have done over here. Next is the out. What does this out means? So the system class basically holds an object which is called as out. So system.out tells the Java to look in the system class and to find an object which is known as out. So out basically represents a computer console where the output will be printed. So this is out is nothing but it's an object. The next is println. What does println means? Println is nothing but it's a method which is used to print in a new line. Ln defines a new line. If you don't use this ln, it will not print it in the new line. It will print the same in the same line. So we just use a new line for println. So the complete statement, if you see system.out.println, it basically signifies that we are using a println method that belongs to out object in the system class. So this is what the complete statement means. Now I'll tell you what you need to print. So we need to tell the println method. Since println is a method, we need to tell it what it needs to print. So writing in statements inside, so in this block, if you can see, so if I write anything inside this double quotes, it will tell the println method that I need to print this statement. So I'll just write over here, I love eating fruits. So this is the statement, I love eating fruits. This is my statement which I need to print. So I'm telling this to the print method. So this is how you can understand how you can do and write your statement. In the next section of the video, I'll tell you how you can execute this program in the studio and different concepts of how errors and warnings can be removed, and how you can print multiple statements within the same class. So we'll just see it in the next section. So thank you, and let's see it in the next section.